now. They rescue you. What a meaning of rescue? You want to press people, you're noble. Show me the meaning of rescue. To save somebody, the meaning of rescue.
Yeah. To deliver you from something, take you from something.
So you're a poor people. Rescue me, save. But we the old people. Rescue the meaning of rescue. That you can't help me while here.
That's the same thing.
But Jota Bagara can't tell you the water. He can't pour one making the water back to kill on money. You know they get people the pressure. Husband not working. I live in church TV. I even made 1,000 a lot. I even made 400 a lot profit. Let me come and go. Children waiting for me. You are Jota Bagara. What will be our result next year? We wouldn't even 1 year. What will be our result the following year?
Okay. Thank you so much. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Patience Mane.
Patience Mane. You selling the market here?
Yes.
I'm selling the
Yes. No market. I'm just son. I follow for Yancy son.
You go for the market, you see so?
Yancy food, call it food price. The way up, you not understand ourselves. When you go to there, you buy another price. When you come, you buy a different price. So the money I can put it back.
Also, the money you carry to the cold storage.
You put it back.
How much for the face?
You buy snapper 14,000. What we used to buy 10,000, 8,000. Buy the 14,000. One cartoon snapper 14,000. So we beg the government. We ask y'all to help us to break our government. We say you keep to rescue us. But the rescue that you're doing now, we're not understanding it. And when they pull the police on the street, our boyfriend here, they're not giving nothing to us again. They say they can't rescue us. Why they cause a motor burner running? They want not doing they want. They are breaking the government. We the poor people, they must find place for us that we must be able to steal our clothes. They got poor people, they got rich people in the town. Some of all we not got more from the South God. And that basement we do, we not understand our children run to school. Our children, when we can't sell the market, we can't make a damn. They say rescue, but we're not understanding the rescue team. So they were taking them from all of the street for smoking, for drugs and things. But I think you see them now. All of them turn to Zoom. They can stay in the freeze.
So the drugs are to you?
Rampant now, a more than rampant.
Okay.
The drugs is rampant. Some of them almost 20% on the street because of Zoom.
The zombie drugs?
Yeah, the Zoom and they bring in Jota Bagara. Because we are trying to sell our Kush. But now Zumi, when he said I see that you are so sticking at it. So we asking him to please, we the parent of our boy children, we ask him to please help us to make our children to leave Zumi. Because he said he came to change things. And no change, we not understand our land. Police people getting our keke motor back, harder. Police people beating our children on the street. They say they should raise that, they should become over there, walk over that, everything they do. But what police people home king? That just one thing we just getting dropping there. Tell him, don't let Napa, tell him sorry. We're not taking somebody out for the country. So I should tell our president to help with the poor people.
Selling money, how's the business?
We gave God a great for
You don't let you tell what take you for. But money ain't the country now. In process.
For now, if I have to tell you that before we're over,
All right, so fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. We want to use this time to welcome each and every one of you. As usual, we ask that you please do us a favor. And that favor we require of you is to please hit for us the share button. Share with friends, share with family members, so all of them know that we are here. So kindly hit for us the share button, share with friends and family members, and let each and every one of them know that we are here to bring you the information. So again, we want to say welcome to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever the time is. Our today's show is dedicated to the Honorable Frank Safoko, who celebrates his natal day. Today we are celebrating a patriot. We are celebrating someone who have been tried, tested, and is seriously trusted. I repeat, we are celebrating the birth anniversary of a young man who have been tried, have been tested, and I can tell you that this man is trusted. Not many young people, not many people of his status, not many people of his privilege will do what this young man is doing. It is not usual in our society in Liberia for people to stand by the truth, uncompromising, unbending. Our politics is as such that it is influenced by tradition. We can't take that away. By our culture, by our association, and etc. People who stand up for what is right and what is just, these people are to some extent ostracized and placed in one corner. People mock them and say, who you think you are? Where you want show here? That is the kind of society we find ourselves in. It is comical that people, a group of people who will not stand for value, for the rule of law, will want change. It's not possible. It is unfortunate that a nation where people who believe in justice, people who believe in the rule of law, are condemned, are ignored. But our country say we want development. How possible it is? How possible this is? The nations who are going forward are nations that are doing better, are nations that stand by the rule of law. But again, like our brother AB will always say, and I want to borrow from him, we are getting there. So today I want to salute a revolutionary breed, a rare one of our kind, in persons of Honorable Frank Safoko. So on behalf of Honor the Palava Hut, Honorable Frank Safoko, we want to say a happy birthday to you. It is our prayer that the Almighty will grant you grace, that the Almighty will give you the heart desire to continue to stand and advocate for your people in a Liberia under Joseph Numa Boyka where the rule of law is not respected. This young man has been intimidated on so many fronts. His just benefits, salary, he has been deprived of it for months, but yet he stand and say, I will not bow down to the golden image. He reminds us of what we saw or what we read, so to speak, in the Bible, of the 3 Hebrew boys who, despite their proximity to the king or the king palace or whatever, they decided that they will not bow down to the golden image. And fellow Liberians, here we are today having another Shadrach, another Meshach in our midst, and another Abednego. We are not short of leaders. Oh no, we are not short of leaders. So to you, Honorable Frank Safoko, I want to say a happy birthday to you. I wish you all the best. I wish you God's blessing. And I pray that you live to fulfill what God has in store for you to fulfill. So on behalf of the platform, happy birthday to you, Honorable Frank Safoko. Today we are going to be looking at several issues. But again, I want to say thanks to all of you. I want to appreciate and acknowledge all of you who have joined us. You may not agree with us, and we appreciate that. This is the value that CDC has to offer. that they gave everybody an opportunity to speak your mind, to speak what you think you believe in, void of insult or what have you. So I want to welcome each and every one of you that have joined us. Eddie Roberts, you are welcome. Joseph, you are also welcome. And all of you that will be joining us even after this show, want to say you are welcome. We have an announcement that we want to give out quickly. There's going to be a very, very important meeting of all Seditians that are living in the DMV chapter. If you are living in the DMV chapter comprises of Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. So if you are a Seditian and living in Delaware, in Maryland, or Virginia, you are invited to this general meeting. The meeting is going to be on this coming Friday, this week Friday, which will be the 16th of the month of May 2025. The conference number for this particular meeting is 774-777-4255. So once you dial that number, it's going to ask you for the code, and the code is 592621, and you will straight be in the meeting. So again, all Seditians that are residing in the DMV chapter. So the DMV chapter or the DMV comprises of Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. So if you are a Seditian and living in Maryland, living in Delaware, living in Virginia, all of you are welcome to a general meeting that will be held on Friday, May the 16th, 2025. The conference number to be part of this particular meeting coming is 774-777-4255, and the code you will enter is 592621. So all of you are invited. Thank you so very kindly. So this morning, fellow Liberians, we woke up to a news of the Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Funati Kofa, resignation. So I want to play that for you so that we can all start to discuss. So this is going to be our first discussion point. And I want us to listen to this very keenly. I want us to listen to this so that we will not say somebody say or they say. So I want you to listen to this.
Yeah. Honorable Speaker, welcome to the media. Late last night, it was announced by the chair of the Rule of Law Caucus that today you will be resigning. How do you respond to the news of the eminent resignation?
It's not imminent. I've already submitted it to the clerk. I think it's after 12 o'clock. It was expected.
Honorable Speaker.
Okay, so it's important to put everything in perspective, right? We got to play the game by one set of rules. The rules keep changing, right? I think we held on because when the Supreme Court made a decision on December 6th, all the book people came and said it was confusing, the term ultra-virus, right? And so we waited for the Supreme Court to clarify that because we submitted what we call a bill of information. And we believe at the time that once the Supreme Court clarifies it, everybody will go according to the rule of law. The Supreme Court made a clarification. I think even the smallest child that started school could understand what the Supreme Court said. Except for not to provide speaker, any other thing that happened was illegal. Then the rules of the games shifted when the president said he would go by his original posture, which was to deal with a majority bloc. Okay. Once that changed, we had to assess our own participation in what is going on. And as we see it, after the caucus evaluated, with still those going up at the Capitol, with more armed men being called in as reinforcement, our choice was to either go tomorrow to the Capitol to have a repeat of some sort of violence, right? Or to avoid that. I think one of the things we try to do is to avoid it. The second thing is, you see Funati Kofa, but you don't see the people standing behind Funati Kofa. how long can I ask my 60 employees who have not been paid for 6 months to stay on? Okay, I have to evaluate that. How can I ask my colleagues who have endured this battle to stay on, especially when significantly we started to lose some of our most committed members after the president's statement. All of that led us to have a strategy session and a strategy meeting to say, what is the utility of holding on? Do I just continue to be a speaker sitting down at home while someone else is exercising the power and the privileges of the office? In my mind, I think that's not a wise use of my time.
Honorable Speaker, in that regards,
we have a speculation that there's a speculation that you took money to resign. How factual is this information?
Oh, but I think you said speculation. I would be, and surprisingly, it came from a rescue blogger. So he got to flesh out and bring more information. Let me tell you this. If I wanted to take money for this would not be the ideal time to take money, right? Because it's not as valuable as it was before the hearing, before the ruling, right? Before the ruling, if I had withdrawn my case and I wanted to sell it, that was the ideal time. So it doesn't make sense. What they are saying is, and it's anticipated in Liberia, nobody do things out of principle. We sat here for 6 months, no pay, no nothing, nobody bringing any gas or anything. At the end of 6, 7 months, then you cannot say we took money. We could have taken money and spared the problem. But there is no issue of money changing here except the legitimate benefits, salaries, and benefits of our colleagues. That is one thing we negotiated.
Proposal for any other legislative or any branch of government for sending resignation. Proposal in terms of dealing with some of the police,
Yes, we said we had a discussion with them that I intended to resign, that my request was that the salaries and benefits of my colleagues be paid.
was that here too?
Partially, and then that precipitated another meeting with my colleagues directly, in which they got the assurances that it will be done fully.
What's about some of your employees who got arrested currently in central prison? What happened to that?
Okay, so we will reiterate what we've always said. I cannot negotiate a criminal case in a political settlement. It appears that maybe I'm guilty of something. My request to the police, because the case has been treated so politically, is let's get international investigators to come and investigate the case, look at all the evidence, and whatever the report is, we will abide by it. But as long as it remains the way it is, it remains a political case. Let me give you an example. When we won the case at the Supreme Court, they called two of my colleagues. You need to come back for investigation. Okay, the colleagues go there. The same question they asked one of them that they asked him the first time. The day one of the newspapers came and said, "Oh, the speaker is resigning," the other colleague that was supposed to appear there, they said, "Oh, no, we need you again." Okay, so I mean, you can tell what's going on, and our request is let's internationalize and let's bring other professionals to look at it. Otherwise, anything you do will be political.
Honorable Speaker, was the election or new speaker part of the negotiation?
I can negotiate the law, right? If I resign, that is the inevitable part of the law that a new speaker has to be elected. The vacancy got created at 12 p.m. today.
You have resigned, Honorable Speaker. You have resigned.
Your resolution. You have that big election. Do you expect election to elect a new speaker? I just answered that question. That is the law. I can negotiate that. I can say if I resign, you will elect speaker. If I resign, a vacancy is created. And that vacancy, according to the Constitution and our rules, is election. The process.
Is there a specific why next for you, your political career? Why next for you?
Next to me is my book. It's called From 1 to 73, The Conspiracy at the Capitol.
But you said on the floor.
That was
Fellow Liberians, home and abroad again, we are here and you listening. Thank you so very kindly for paying keen attention and listening very attentively. I know all of you are listening to it in the past. You're listening to Honorable Fonati Kofa addressing the press. about his resignation that he has already tendered. He has already sent in his resignation. There are few things that we must take note of because it is scaring for us. Whether we believe it or not, but that's the fact, that's the reality. We are still struggling to ensure that our justice system becomes vibrant, respected, and independent. We are still struggling with that. We are still struggling with a system that over the period we ourselves destroyed, and through the help of other people we're trying to put back. But unfortunately, what we are seeing further damages what we already have as a fragile system. What we observe or what we are observing tell us so many things. But I'm going to sum it up in 3 cardinal points from my own view. Yours may be different, yours may be more than one, but for me, I'm going to look at it in 3 major segments. First of all, I want to say thanks to all of us because we encouraged Honorable Fonati Kofa. We stood by him. We defended him on all fronts. While it is true that we were not defending him as an individual, we were defending the Constitution, and that's why we should get clear. You do not know Fonati Kofa like that. I do not know him like that. But what we were all defending is the rule of law, is the Constitution. And Honorable Fonati Kofa just happened to be on the side of a group of people that respect the Constitution. So in our defense, in our respect, and upholding the rule of law, he happens to be on that particular side. So we stood at the time by the side that he was on. And we have no regret of standing by Honorable Fonati Kofa and the rule of law and our Constitution. If that same thing occurred tomorrow, we'll do the same thing and we'll be proud of doing it with our strength, with everything that we have. So we want to say kudos to all of you who defended the rule of law. I want to say thank you very much. You stood your ground. But like I said, there are 3 things that I want to talk about quickly in this whole Fonati Kofa issue. The first thing that I've seen from this whole Fonati Kofa or from this whole disrespect for the Constitution is the strong appetite of this current government to disrespect the rule of law in order to please their desire, their ambition, or what they want. I repeat, the first thing that I have observed in this entire rigmarole is the strong desire, the unbending desire of this current government led by Joseph Numa Boyka to disrespect the rule of law in getting what he wants, no matter who speaks. It can even be Christ. He will ignore it and do what he wants to satisfy himself. Somebody will say, Prince, why are you saying what you are saying? I'm saying this based on experience. We had the ECOWAS delegation visiting Liberia to ensure that this issue is resolved. Joseph Numa Boyka refused to listen to reasoning, to listen to what is right. He refused. On 3 different occasions, we had people coming from the ECOWAS body to ensure that we respect our own law. Our own law. We have people coming from outside to come and beg us, to come and appeal to Joseph Numa Boyka to respect the rule of law. It reminds me of the war days. While we were fighting here, there, Yana, people had to come from abroad or a country to come and help us. That's why we just experienced that the president of the country will insist and say, for me, I will not respect the law. I will do what I want to do. Whatever that pleases me is what I will do. So that strong appetite for the disrespect of the rule of law in order to get what you want to get is what we saw in this whole Fonatikofa rigmarole. What happened also in this rigmarole, fellow Liberians, is the level of dishonesty that people have once money is introduced. I repeat, the level of dishonesty amongst people you think you have integrity when money is introduced. This Fonatikofa issue have just opened our eyes that there are some people who do not really value morals, laws, or rules. What they value is what can get in their pockets. And once they are able to get hold of what will make them to be okay, they don't have time for value, they don't have time for respect, they don't have time for the rule of law. They can switch in a second. That's what we observe. The 13 fellow Liberians is the damage that have been caused to our political credential. The president we are left with us. Somebody will say, what do you mean by the damage of our political credential? You know that Liberia was praised for the respect of the rule of law in this going election, where a president lost by just a thin margin. He did not run to the court, but he said, I concede a defeat. Let's go ahead. That places Liberia high amongst other African nations. That spoke volume to our democratic credential. That as a people, as a nation, that we were graduating from a stage where somebody will disagree and decide to jump in the bush, but that we will allow the law to take its course, allow institutions that are legal to come up with their ruling, and we all respect it. That path that we were on, where people said to us that Liberia, we hailed you. You have shown to other nations that you are a nation of respect for the rule of law. Today, we are seeing that that system has been damaged. It has been damaged. The proud that we have as Liberians to stay anywhere and boast and knock our chests and say, look, Liberia, as an African nation that went through civil unrest, there was a complete breakdown in our political system, that today we are able to have an election where another president call and say, I accept the result. Let's move on for the sake of peace. No need for us to jump on the street. No need for us to have any agitation. No need for us to whore here, pull here, there, yana. Let's move on. Today, what we observe in Liberia, that particular prestige that we set has been taken away from the nation. You see, sometimes people complain and say, oh, President, we want to take everything. But you see what just happened? You see what has just happened? It has taken that value that was placed on Liberia. It has taken it away from the nation and has given it back to the individual that is President Weah. Because when people are speaking about our democracy, about our respect for the rule of law, you know what people will say? President Weah respected the rule of law and turned the country over, leaving everything intact democratically, respecting the rule of law. Joseph Numa Boyka has plunged the nation into chaos. So people will hail President Weah for respecting the rule of law. But when they are talking about the nation right now, they will say the nation is in a complete mess. So whether knowingly or unknowingly, or somebody will say inadvertently, you have given that glory to the individual that is President Weah, because he will be admired, he will be hailed, he will be appreciated the world over for accepting to live by the rule of law. And when they are talking about Liberia, we say, well, Liberia is a nation under Joseph Numa Boyka that had two different speakers. And the president decided that he would not respect the rule of law. He would disrespect the rule of law and do what he wants to do to please him. This is scary. This is scary. This sent out a signal to the generation that is observing that do not stand for any moral, don't stand for any value. Take what you can take and find your way. This is sad, especially coming from somebody who is 80 years old. According to him, they work about 40 plus years in government and have the governmental experience. So what legacy is Mr. Boyka leaving for the young generation? When his name is mentioned, especially as it relates to the House of Rep, what will people remember of Joseph Numa Boyka? Disrespect for the rule of law. Disrespecting the Supreme Court and wanting to have his own will. Here we are again. Evil has taken over. But the good people continue to pray that God will help our country. But all of us are devastated by what we have observed. But this is just to tell us that we should tie our belts and we should buckle up, because the road is not going to be easy. You know, I always saying this, and sometimes people say, oh, why are you saying that? Oh, you're trying to project doom. No, we are not trying to project doom. What we are seeing is what we are saying. It's not going to be an easy fight for the liberation of the soul of Liberia. These people are openly disrespecting the rule of law. It's a sign, it's a signal. We saw what happened in Nimba, the by-election. These people said to the ombudsman, to hell with you, we'll do what we want to do. They said, to hell with you, we'll do what we want to do. We saw the vice president, Jeremiah Kuhn, leading the troops in an illegal fight for a seat. These people were the one we saw on open television, giving out money, calling people in an open hall, telling them, hey, John Brown, you, the money here for you. Hey, you, the money here for you. We saw that. All of that, we witnessed all of that. Where people were distributing money. Oh yeah, distributing money in a place. This is just to tell you that how these people are so desperate and they are not going to let go easily. They're not going to let go easily. It takes you and I to stand up to these people and say, no, it's enough. It's enough. We saw these people using all sort of threats, in an open field. We saw them where they were sharing money. Hey, John Brown. Hey, yeah. Let me play you this video just as a reminder. Give you this reminder so that you see it for yourself and see what we're talking about. Let me bring this right here. Listen to this video. This is Koga. This is Koga. Right in the city hall. In the city hall. In the hall that is supposed to represent the rule of law. The hall that is supposed to represent justice. The hall that is supposed to represent fairness. We saw Koga in the hall. Now I'm going to play this video. It's about 1 minute, 23 seconds. I want you to listen to it. They are not hiding what they will do to you. They are not hiding from us that want to see a better Liberia. From us that want to see a Liberia that will be built on the respect for the rule of law. They are not hiding what they will do in order to ensure that they get power. They are not hiding it from us. They are not doing it under the cover of darkness. They are doing it in a broad daylight because they have seen that we are good at talking. We will talk, but will not take action. We are not people of action. We are weak. We have no energy to confront this tyrannic regime. They have seen it. They think that for now we are on honeymoon. We stay enjoying ourselves. So they are not doing it in a corner. No, it's not in a corner no more. Yesterday somebody said allegedly, but today they are saying to us we are doing it. Watch this video.
When we have a value, can we more than one? Can the money? Can value?
In an open hall, you know what we are telling these people? That you can disrespect the rule of law and get away with it. Joseph Numa Boyka is telling us as Liberians, I will do everything and anything that is illegal to cleave onto power. But Joseph Numa Boyka, you will get us to contend with. And if you trust stupidness, there will be casualty, and that casualty will be on one side, that is on your side. We can assure you that. We continue to say this. Okay. Listen.
When we have a value, can we more than one? Can the money? Can value? We work fast.
What is happening?
In the you will change it and carry it to town people.
Look at it.
Taking
$100, changing it and carrying it to town people. This is a disrespect to even the people. $100, taking and carrying to the town people. Tell them say they must vote for me. You see what is happening? No, they are not hiding it from us. They are not hiding it. To the extent that they are even threatening people. Listen here. Yeah. Get money in your say.
Hello. Okay, now,
Are you looking for pay to play? You are looking for pay to play? Pay to play. Are you looking for it? Are you still confused? The meaning of pay to play? No, today we are seeing it openly. Where are our international partners who fight for this particular peace that we are enjoying and for this democracy? Why are they not talking? Why are they quiet? Yesterday, it was alleged that people receive money pay to play. But today, it's right in our faces. It's right before us. But why is it that our partners are not talking? The people who say they want to strengthen our democracy, our rule of law. Are these things not undermining our democracy and our rule of law? Why they can't talk? Why they can't talk? I will tell you just now why they can't talk. I will tell you why they are not talking. The people who every day we have meeting around, they say they're having the other workshop to strengthen our democracy. They say they're having the other workshop here for to strengthen our rule of law. We're having the other workshop here to be able to strengthen this. We're having the other workshop to ensure that rule of law is respected. Every day they are having different, how you call meetings around the place. And these meetings, according to them, is to strengthen our democracy. But why is it now you're seeing the thing that we honor our democracy is happening? You can talk. You're saying that. You can talk. You know why? This is very simple. They are telling you, except you stand for yourself. Except you say enough is enough as Liberians, that we got to change Liberia. Nobody will do it for you. You say we're not doing it for you. All these small organizations that say, oh, yeah, we're having the other prayer conference, this, that, we're doing the other one, we're having the other workshop here. It's just money they want to take to put in their pockets. That's all. Because this is a contradiction now. Every day you're having workshop, calling people to strengthen our democracy, calling people to ensure that the rule of law is respected, calling people for how you call justice reform, all the other reform. But today, look at what is happening. These people are openly sharing money, but they will come tomorrow and say, oh, we need to strengthen our how you call election law. Strengthen election law. My people, we got to use the legal force that is enshrined in the Constitution to protect our country and to protect our democracy. You know why they don't listen to us, they don't like us? It's because they can't control us. It's because we are not in their pockets. It's because we're not played by their rules. They don't give us script for us to come here and be reading and saying it. So they will not like us. And that's why I always thank those of you who always come to listen to us, who share our podcast. I want to appreciate you because we are independent. We are not moved by what people tell us. Go and say this, then we'll go and say, no. We are independent people. I was privileged to be part of a meeting. People call and say, all the local people in the diaspora, we got to support Joseph Numa Boyka. Joseph Numa Boyka must be supported. Must stand behind him. So I asked in a meeting, I said, the time president, we have a president. Why you people didn't call meeting? Why you people didn't call meeting? To say let's support. And some of the things that they were making at me, oh, we got to stand by our country, we got to stand by our government, government, blah, blah, blah. So I say, all of you here, you are all hypocrites in this meeting. President Weah was president. You never call a meeting to say we got to stand by our government, we got to support our government. Because Joseph Numa Boyka is there. And you think that he has some association with Lofa. So you call us in a meeting and say, yeah, let's support. Say this kind of hypocrisy, me, I can't part of it. I'm part of it. Where are our partners? Why are they not talking? So all of them are now gone mute. All of the different press conferences that they used to be having around here, it's no longer working again. Wow. Liberia is a wonderful country, right? Yeah. This is just to tell you, fellow Liberians, that you got to stand up for yourself. Nobody will stand up for you. Nobody will talk for you. I remember day like today, under the CDC-led government, all of our partners will start condemning. We condemn this. We condemn that. They will outline all of the violence. But have you seen any report that outlines some of the outrageous things that happened in the Nimba County by-election? To the extent of the tribal bigotry that was being spewed out by regime operatives in Nimba County? Have you seen any statement coming from any of our international partners, observer or whatever? Have you seen it? Let me play you something here.
Job where is grew in Ghana now fighting us. They are laying election between all year. Money people coming from all over that we don't know. I think the any election in Bonga that all in Napo went there. No. In Grassroot we all went there. No. In Maryland we all went there. Even next door Bonga. Even Bonga have we gone there before? No. Why never can they when they say they have their own private thing? Everybody want to come there. Because they feel that they can define us so that nobody can tell another to become president. Because John where is grew in Ghana now fighting us. They are laying election between all year. Why the group people in Maniko coming from all over that we don't know.
You know what I like about what we do here is we have independent people. I want to welcome my own lovely sister, Julie K. Rainbow. How are you, Julie? I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. Thank you so very kindly. I appreciate your presence always. Thank you for the fight. She is one of our funniest general in this particular revolution to redeem the soul of Liberia. So I salute you and I want to say welcome, like all of you who have joined us. I want to say welcome. So you listening to people. This is not just an ordinary person. There's a representative of a district. Representative C. Sylvester Mine, Nimba County District number 8. Where Madingo people coming from? Are Madingo people not part of Lufa? Part of Nimba County? Are Crew people not part of Nimba County? Are there not Crews in Nimba County? You see this kind of thing that is going on? And the people, look, one thing I must give credit to Unity Party for, they don't have to disrespect the rule of law. They do it in the open because they know that Liberians, we are weak. We don't have the balls, the tenacity to confront them. Our political institutions that should be speaking for us, they stay enjoying themselves. They stay on honeymoon yet. And you know the good thing about what these people are doing? They are openly disrespecting the rule of law and strengthening themselves using all of the money that is intended for you and myself, strengthening themselves. So tomorrow, somebody say you will cry tire. We'll cry tire. We will cry tire. That's what they're doing. We are giving these people the opportunity to consolidate themselves in wickedness, to strengthen themselves in wickedness. They are not waiting for you. They are going ahead. One thing I can give the Unity Party credit for is that when it comes to these people to disrespect the rule of law, to do anything in order to prove supremacy, they will do it. They want to know for you. They can't do it in darkness. They'll do it right in front of you. If it is for them to even share blood, they will do it in the open. They ain't going to hide it. Look at what is happening. You have lawmakers that should be uniting his people. So are you telling us that in district number 8, there are not Mandingos that are living in those districts? There are not Kru people who are living in your district? Say me, a representative of a district that is supposed to be uniting his people, that the issue should be, I am sorry, but Liberian, we're going nowhere, oh, my people. That's the reality. Oh. I know it's hard to say, but that's the reality. For the next 6 years, we're going nowhere. We are stuck up with this particular old man called Joseph Nyuma Boyka and his archaic ideology. We ain't going nowhere. We are not going further. We're going backward. We are going backward. This is something that I don't really understand. And all of these institutions, they are not talking. Our job is what we are doing, and we want to be grateful that we are doing our job. We are exposing these things. That's all we can do, exposing them. We hope and pray to see the time that our political institutions will stand up to this kind of tyrannic behavior and dictatorial behavior. Emmanuel Payne, how are you, sir? Thank you for joining us. It is sad. People who you think should be speaking out against the ills, they are afraid to speak out. Seditions were earmarked, removed from their job only because they express their critical views. They took them from there. Use Josiah Joker. I said Josiah Joker, move the people from there. And they were taken from there. Look, the Unity Party is not sparing any soul. It's not sparing any soul. If they can go for the man who is making $75 at MCC, if they can go for some of the people we think are the most powerful people, the people's representatives, they can go to the House of Rep. Then who they can go to? They can even go to the Supreme Court. Look at what is happening now. There's a signal that these people are sending to us. Joseph Nyuma Boyka went to the Supreme Court and told them, that nonsense there for you alone. That rule of law there is for you. You stuff it in your mouth. You eat it. I don't got time for it. I am working with the people or the person that I want to work with. Oh, yeah. He told them he had it from them. He went to the House of Rep and said, I want for my will to be done here. The person who I want to be there, let the person be there. Whether they raise up their legs to even take the oath of office, whether they use their ear to take oath of office, whether it is legitimate or not legitimate, there's the person that I want to be there. There's the person will be there. And that's where we are. There are 3 branches of government that are supposed to work together, coordinate for better governance. The judiciary branch, Joseph Nyuma Boyka has already gave them his middle finger. The legislative branch of government, which somebody will say is the first branch of government because it represents the people, has been disrespected. The executive part, no, don't talk about it. They are just using the Liberian people like slaves. So all of the other 2 branches, Joseph Nyuma Boyka has rendered them powerless. Rendered them powerless. Look, Joseph Nyuma Boyka has given us, the ordinary people, now the opportunity to stand and speak against this government and to take the legal action as enshrined in the Constitution that states all power is inherent in the people, and the people have the right to be able to alter whatever government that does not govern according to their wishes, according to their will. That's where we are. Because don't depend on the House of Rep. They can't help you. Don't depend on the judiciary branch. No. If Joseph Nyuma Boyka can disrespect the Supreme Court, then who else remaining? He can disrespect. Sometimes it's sad. You know, sometimes we just feel so discouraged about what is happening. Sometimes we feel so downhearted. But again, we can't give up on Liberia because that's the country we have. You know, living in this Western world where we see to some extent that the rule of law is respected, that we live by the rule of law. But to see in our own country that we'll be fighting, we want to go and take vacation and seeing the rule of law being disrespected. And it's like nobody is doing nothing about it. It's fearful, it's scary. It's fearful and scary. But again, we are here. All we can do is keep informing our people, creating the awareness. That's what we do. And that's what we can do. Today, fellow Liberians, the disrespect for people's right to assemble and for your leaders to listen to you is being disrespected. I want to play you another video here of this particular lady called Martha. This lady, fellow Liberians, oh wow, sorry. This is Madam Martha Morris, right? Y'all remember the woman that you give her 20%, we give you 30%. That led health workers to protest and politicize the health sector. These are some of the people. These were some of the people. Oh yeah, these were some of the people who led us where we are. Politicize the system. Hey, you're not ready yet. These are some of the people. These are some of the people. They allow politics to enter the system. This is Madam. I'm going to play it for you to hear it. So, group of citizens went to her to express their concern. Elderly people, you know what she did? She lined them up, addressed their placard one by one, and she dealt with them openly. I told you, look, the Unity Party is not hiding what they will do or what they are doing to the Liberian people. They're stealing, they are not hiding it again. The disrespect for the rule of law, they are not hiding it. In fact, when they do it openly, they get the praise from Joseph Newman Boyka. So listen to Martha Morris as he addressed these people. These are people that went to protest, go and raise concerns. Let's watch this. It's about 7 minutes. Just watch and see how she addresses them.
Morris has come here. Now Minister Martha Morris.
This is a minister in the health sector. That people raising issue, raising concern. The woman arrogantly walking. You know, that kind of arrogant way of doing things. But watch for yourself and see. Don't believe what we say.
Now Minister Martha Morris has come here. She's reading the placard here.
We are here to see you. I'm here to see you too.
Okay.
We deserve better, of course, yes.
Yeah.
Former district, not for one man. It's up to you.
Yeah. So as you can see, Minister Martha Morris of
shock on the faces of the protesters that somebody who they voted for will address them in a condescending and disrespectful manner. When I even say, yeah, my people, okay, I know you get your, concerns and what have you. We see. She just, in fact, the woman, I like the woman here. Very disrespectful. She went to their placard one by one and addressed them. But he said, let's just listen to it. Let me carry this back. And I want you to listen. Enjoy the phone. You're Jean Tracy, you're green.
Now Minister Martha Morris has come here. She's reading the placard here.
So somebody placard said, why should we be treated like this? She said, Otto, you're arrogant in its highest form. This is the unity party that I know, that we know. This is the unity party that we know. So people are asking, why should we be treated like this? So the other poster say, Honorable Martha C. Morris, we are here to see you. Say, yeah, but yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Enjoy unity party. How they are disrespecting the rule of law. Watch it.
Now, Minister Martha Morris has come here. She's reading the placard here.
City Morris, we are here to see you. I'm here to see you too.
Okay.
We deserve better, of course, yes.
Yeah.
Former district, not for one man. It's up to you.
Yeah. So, as you can see, Minister.
You see the kind of chick that she gave in there?
Martha Morris of.
And the security behind her laughing. Yeah, the people laughing. Elderly people gather to express themselves of things that are disturbing them. The woman was with security behind her. Yeah.
The Minister of Youth and Minister of Health, a star of the Rural Unity Party, has come here to speak to some aggrieved party executive of the Unity Party in Beaumont, a former district, Bon County. This is Minister. She's here reading.
You are right. You also think it's better. Have you forgotten the votes former district produced?
Yes.
We know this.
Minister,
Chairman of the United Party Bomb. We want to meet you. I'm here.
Okay, the minister is here.
UP will lost relevant former. If all of the positions are taken away from us, you got some power.
Yes.
We need the administrator position.
The minister is here reading. The minister is here reading.
Morris, we say welcome to former. Thank you very much.
The minister is here reading.
Why up to now, United Party former is not in any of the government appointed position? You can answer that too. Okay. No space for Representative Formula, HR at Beaumont Hospital. You got it. You the citizen for this place. They should not be monkey where babu enjoy. I respect that. We need a full representation of United Party in the local government structure in former district. I'm not working in the local government, so you got some power. The party is enchanted over appointments of all local chiefs in former district by the lawmaker without consultation of citizens. I respect your view. Thank you. We need the administrator position at Beaumont Hospital. This is your district.
Minister Martha Morris has come here now to...
My people, I'm going to move this. This is really, really disrespectful. But you see, like we continue to say, the Unity Party, they are not hiding who they are. They're not hiding who they are. They are arrogant. They are very disrespectful. They don't believe in the rule of law. They will treat people anyhow. They will use your shoulders and your back as stepping stool to get to the zenith. They don't want to know. You neglected somebody who will sit down and say, let's listen to our people. You say no. You want him. The person who will say, look, these people have genuine concerns. I can't listen to them. You say no, you don't want him. But you want the people who will disrespect you. This is where we find ourselves today. It's sad. It is sad for our country. It is sad for our nation. People who should be protecting the rule of law and ensuring that people's voices are heard, today they are disrespecting you. They don't have time. The people are now doing broad daylight stealing. Now, before you used to say corruption, alleged corruption, but now, look at this other one that happened. Imagine Joseph Newman Boyka left from Monrovia and went all the way to how you call the place, you call the place names, oh my people, Bon Mines. Oh. So Gbapolu for the dedication of Hempom. Guess what happened? Nobody get time. Mo Ali then finish eating out of money. We told you from the beginning. From the beginning, we told the Liberian people that these boys, I beg you, I didn't get time for you. But you felt that we're lying. When we told you, hey, people, they ain't got time for you. They just using these projects in order to be able to take money and put it in their pockets. But you say we're lying. People were jumping around here. Oh, yeah, they're the best. Look, the Unity Party was still in a broad daylight without even scratching their head. They ain't got time for you because they know you are spineless. They know you get any energy. You can do them nothing. They know that for sure. The only person that you can jump on and you try to hammer President Weah and the CDC because they have the ability to listen to you. You know, our people have this parable. Some of the old people, they say when you are in good home, bad home can be calling you. That's what happened here. Look at this project. Joseph Numa Boyka left from Morovia to go all the way Bapolu to say he going open project. He going call ribbon. It did not even make 1 week on this particular show here. I announced it on our Friday's presentation that the poor are not working. Some of you didn't believe it. There were people there who said, I will lie. But listen to this. Let's go ahead as you listen to here. That the people themselves, what are the people saying about $280,000+ was spent on this project? But listen to what the people say.
As you can see here,
Listen.
just to tell you that the area is not functioning. You know, as you heard, there's an area and the place locked, and you know there's a facility as you can see here.
280,000+. The people will tell you how many weeks it lasted for. How many weeks it lasted for. Now go ahead.
It's not being used for the past time. And
yeah, but the blue water, but up to now we're not understanding the water system.
Okay.
The water not coming. It's not coming on time. And all the community they're crying. And they made our head, the rat our head. You make it be my own water, all the people, water, all the body. You know, they just can collect money they eat, and the last war, they not water not nowhere. Imagine daybreak, you see people can be in the land, no water coming. Maybe they can't put up their they can't, but they can't.
So you mean since the people dedicated the facility, it's just very difficult for you to
difficult from water can land more water it can today on the 1 week. But you can say no water. It's water the way they bring water should be constant. Maybe they not want bring water, let them totally. But you will not come to wrap it oil on my ball and people say yeah they bring water and not come on time.
I will start with the water system.
All right.
The pump is malfunction. When water comes, you will sneak 10 minutes before the cup to get a cup of water. And Anaha is going to be. And when they go back to Monrovia, they tell me, oh, we gave her the country is happy, the country. It's a big lie. It's not, nobody is happy here. You see, if the water running, you see, inside dry, no nothing there.
Liberians, they're where we are. They're where we find ourselves. Some of these things, when we are saying it, you don't believe us. That's why it's good that we play the video for you to hear it for yourself. Joseph Numa Boyka drove from Morovia. Do you know what it means for a president to get in his convoy and drive from the executive mansion to another county? Do you know what it means? So Joseph Numa Boyka went there. Mo Ali gave him scissors. Put blue cloth around song and a thing and say, go cut it. The people of Bapoli will never suffer for water again. Look at where we are. $280,000. $280,000+ was spent there. The people are there. Thank God that our brother went there to interview the resident. Let's say in Morovia to ask you before he said, oh, that Morovia thing. He went there to ask resident. And look at what is happening. They are the ones that are saying it. We can't even get the opportunity to get water from here. The thing is not even working. Similarly with the road, $22 million. Pew! It went in breeze. My people, again, we have an announcement for you. Those of you who live in the DMV area, if you are living in the DMV area is Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. So if you are a citizen living in either Maryland, Delaware, or Virginia, there's going to be a very important meeting on Friday, May 16th, 2025. All of you are invited. For those of you that are not in the chat room, you can send us a message on the WhatsApp number, either WhatsApp or direct. Just send us a message. Basically, we just want to verify because we don't want to add people in our chat rooms that are not citizens or, people that have some sinister motive or, robots. We want to add active people in our chat rooms. So if you know that you live in Maryland, in Delaware, or in Virginia, and you are a citizen and you are not in the DMV chat room, we want to say the numbers are up there. 443-991-3356 is that number. Just send a message to that number and say, oh, I'm John Brown. I'm a citizen residing in either Maryland or Virginia or Delaware. And please add me in the chat room. So we will call to verify it. And then after, just a few minutes of conversation, we'll definitely add you. So the meeting is on Friday. All of you are invited. All of you are invited. We have it placed on our Facebook page. All of you, if you are in Maryland, if you are in Virginia, and you are in Delaware, you are invited to this Friday's meeting. In this meeting, we are talking about revitalizing our chapter, and we are going to elections. So please get ready, be part of that meeting. We'll go on other media institutions to spread out the information. So again, fellow Liberian, time have caught up with us. As you may be aware, during the weekdays, we just want to come here, inform you, and keep, the conversation going. But join us on every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 Central Time, for our panel discussion. So until we meet again, my people, I'm your brother, I'm your friend. I want to say thanks to each and every one of you who share, who comment, who send likes, and everything. I want to say thank you for everything you continue to do. Let's not give up. Let's continue to expose the ills in society, especially this dictatorial regime, this tyrannic regime led by Joseph Newman Boyka. Let's not give up. I know it's not easy. Sometimes we have 1 hour to come and rest ourselves. We got to do this, but we are proud doing it for the sake of our nation. So I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. Until we meet again, have yourself a God bless day. Love you all, and bye from our end.